You know that feeling, right? Like you're constantly juggling, always busy, but then at the end of the day, you kind of look back and wonder what you actually did for yourself.
Oh, absolutely. It's like being stuck on a treadmill.
Yeah, exactly. Caught in this whirlwind of just endless tasks and notifications, and it just feels impossible sometimes to carve out space for what really matters to you.
Hmm.
Well, today on the deep dive, we're trying to offer a bit of a shortcut, maybe. A different way to think about your time based on a really interesting resource you shared with us.
That's right. Yeah, you gave us the book, Make Time, How to Focus on What Matters Every Day by Jake Knapp. And honestly, it's just packed with practical strategies, really designed to help you, the listener, get a grip on your day.
Right.
Think of this deep dive as us pulling out the key techniques for you, cutting through the noise a bit.
Exactly.
You know,
We want to get right to the heart of, well, the problems the authors see, that feeling of being constantly pulled in different directions, the endless email pit, the social media
yeah,
vortex.
all that stuff.
But more importantly, we're going to distill the most actionable tactics they offer.
Hmm.
So you can expect insights on how to really like laser focus your attention,
Okay.
how to boost your energy,
Yeah.
strategically, and how to build a system for checking in on how you're actually spending your time.
Which is so crucial.
Totally. It's all about making space for that one important thing each day, what the book calls your highlight. So, yeah, let's dive in.
Okay, so let's unpack that core problem first. The book starts by describing this feeling, and it's so relatable, right? Being super busy, but um, never quite getting to the stuff that really matters to us.
Yeah.
Jake Knapp, one of the authors, talks specifically about wanting to write a book, but just getting constantly swamped by email and, other digital distractions.
Hmm.
Does that ring a bell for you at all?
Oh, completely. It's like you have these big goals, these things you really want to do someday, but the day-to-day just eats them up.
Hmm.
And the book really nails why. They talk about these infinity pools,
Yeah.
email, social media, the news feed that never ends.
Right, designed to suck you in.
Exactly. Intentionally designed to keep us scrolling, clicking, refreshing. They share some stats that are, well, frankly, a bit scary. Like the average person unlocks their iPhone 80 times a day.
Wow, 80 times.
And another study found people touch their phones, like physically touch them, over 2,600 times daily. It's no wonder our attention feels so fragmented.
Yeah, and what's really interesting is the author's background. They worked at places like Google, so they saw from the inside how this tech is built to be captivating.
Right. They know the tricks.
Exactly. It's not an accident. I mean, often the business model depends on how much time we spend glued to the screen.
Yeah.
And this creates what they call the busy bandwagon.
Ah, the busy bandwagon. I know that one.
Yeah, this sort of societal pressure to always look productive,
I know.
always be instantly available. Like, it's bad if you're not constantly doing something.
Right. It's almost like a weird badge of honor now. Oh, I'm so busy. But the book asks the key question. Are we busy doing what we actually want to be doing? And
Yeah.
thankfully, they offer a framework to, try and break free.
Yeah, they do. They call it the Make Time framework.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty straightforward, really. It's built on three pillars: laser, energize, and reflect.
Laser, energize, reflect.
Exactly. So laser is all about the strategies to fight off distractions and really focus on your daily highlight.
Got it. Focus.
Energize is about using your body, your physical well-being, to fuel your brain for better concentration.
Makes sense. Body-mind connection.
And reflect. This is maybe the linchpin. It's about checking in regularly, tweaking your system, making sure it actually works for you. It's holistic,
Right.
more than just scheduling.
Yeah.
It involves your mind, your body, everything.
Okay, I like that. Let's dig into that first pillar then. Laser. Beating distraction.
So one of the first tactics, and it sounds simple, maybe too simple, is choose your highlight.
Mm-hmm. Sounds basic, but it's powerful. Right. It's about starting each day by picking the single most important thing you want to achieve. Not like a massive to-do list, but that one key thing that would make the day feel successful for you.
It forces you to prioritize right from the start, doesn't it? Like,
Mm-hmm.
what's really going to move the needle for you today? What would be your highlight for tomorrow? Thinking about it now.
Good question.
Mm.
It makes you be intentional rather than just letting the day happen to you.
Exactly. And they contrast this with those endless, overwhelming to-do lists. They'd suggest maybe a might-do list, instead focusing on conscious choices, not just this huge weight of obligation.
Might-do list, I like that framing. Less pressure.
Yeah. And they even talk about a burner list.
Ooh, a burner list. What's that?
It's about actively identifying and just ditching tasks that don't actually align with what's important to you. being ruthless, basically. That kind of prioritization is, well, it's key.
Okay, so you pick your highlight, you've maybe burned some unimportant stuff. How do you actually make the time for it?
Ah, good question. So one big tactic is schedule your highlight.
Put it on the calendar.
Put it right on the calendar. Seems obvious, but how many of us actually block out dedicated time for our most important work? The authors, coming from Google, where the calendar rules all,
Right, calendar's king there.
they really emphasize the power of proactively booking that time for yourself.
And building on that, there's block your calendar more broadly, right?
Mhm.
Not just for the highlight.
Exactly. It's about intentionally creating those do not schedule zones. Could be for your highlight, could be for focused work, could even be for, taking a walk or something to recharge.
Playing offense with your time, not just defense.
That's a great way to put it. Playing offense. And they do warn against being too greedy with the blocks, leave some space for flexibility, collaboration.
Right, don't block out 8 hours straight.
Probably not sustainable, no. And what about those meetings that inevitably creep in? The low priority ones.
Ah, yes. The calendar creep.
They suggest bulldoze your calendar.
Bulldoze. I like the sound of that.
Yeah. Be firm, reschedule, decline if it's not really necessary. And related to that is flake it till you make it.
Haha. Okay, explain that one. That's a bit naughty.
It's not about being unreliable. It's about being willing to reschedule less important commitments if they clash with your highlight time. Strategically prioritizing what truly matters most to you at that moment.
Gotcha. Protecting the highlight. Makes sense.
And sometimes the simplest way is just say no.
Easier said than done sometimes, though, isn't it?
Or definitely,
Also-
especially if you're a people pleaser. But they give some good, practical ways to say no, politely but firmly, to new requests that aren't a priority. They even mention the Sour Patch Kid method.
Sour Patch Kid. Like the candy.
Exactly. You start with a no, that's the sour part, but then you maybe offer an alternative suggestion or point them to a resource that's the sweet part.
Ah, okay. A firm boundary, but still helpful. I like that.
Yeah, it's about being kind, but also protecting your focus.
The book also talks about structuring your day more intentionally, right? With Design Your Day.
Mm-hmm. They give examples like Sarah Cooper's super detailed hour-by-hour plan or Jay-Z's structured schedule that even includes time for making coffee.
Wow, that sounds intense. Maybe a bit rigid.
It might sound it, but their point is that having that structure can actually create freedom. It reduces the mental energy you spend figuring out what to do next.
Freedom through structure. Interesting paradox.
Isn't it? It's not about being a robot, but being deliberate so you can be more present in the moment.
Yeah.
And they also explore finding your best time for focus. Become a morning person, or nighttime is highlight time.
Yeah, acknowledging everyone's different energy peeps.
Totally. Jay-Z found mornings worked best for him after trying it, while Jake was more of a nighttime writer. It's about finding your prime time.
And I like this one. Quit when you're done.
Oh, yeah, that's a good one.
Focus on actually finishing the highlight, not just putting in the time blocked on the calendar. If you nail it early, great. Move on.
It's outcome-focused, not just process-focused. Then there's a whole bunch of tactics under create barriers to distraction. This is where they get really practical about fighting back against the attention economy.
Yeah, this feels crucial in today's world.
Absolutely. They have sections digging into email obsession, how YouTube keeps you watching, why those infinity pools are so hard to resist.
Drawing on that insider knowledge again?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And their core message is clear. Don't wait for technology to give back your time. It's not going to happen automatically. We have to build the barrier.
So what kind of barriers are we talking about?
Lots of concrete things, like intentionally go offline during your highlight time. Use a tool like a vacation timer on the internet to block access. Make sure you actually wind down before bed. No screens to protect tomorrow's energy.
Blinding down is so underrated.
Totally. They even suggest a laser soundtrack, specific music that signals focus time to your brain.
Like Pavlov's dogs, but for productivity.
Kind of. And simple things too, like set a visible timer. Like the time timer they mentioned creates a sense of urgency, makes you aware of the time passing.
Yeah, that physical reminder helps.
And they warn against getting sucked into fancy, complicated productivity tools. Avoid the lure of fancy tools. Sometimes just start on paper. Keep it simple.
Good advice. Avoid the meta distraction of finding the perfect tool. What about the physical space?
Yeah, important too. Shut the door if you can. Noise-canceling headphones. Create that physical boundary.
And digitally.
Log out of distracting apps. Make it harder to just reflexively open them. change your defaults. Nix notifications, turn off all non-essential alerts.
Nixing notifications was a game changer for me.
Huge difference, right? Even clear your home screen of tempting apps.
Hmm.
Less visual clutter, less temptation.
Okay, and what about the big one, email?
Ah, email. Yes. Lots on email. Like, don't check email first thing in the morning. Let your priorities drive the start of the day, not your inbox.
That's a tough habit to break for many people.
It really is.
Yeah.
Also, schedule email time. Batch it into specific blocks. Aim to process email to 0 or fewer. Get things out of the inbox.
Yes, zero inbox. The dream.
Or close to it. And maybe be slow to respond. You don't always have to reply instantly. Create some space.
That counters the busy bandwagon pressure, doesn't it?
Exactly. They even suggest trying set up send-only email if receiving mail is too distracting during focus blocks. And for real breaks, vacation off the grid, properly disconnect.
Not for disconnection. So important. They also tackle news and TV, right?
Strategies like ignore the news sometimes, or at least be mindful of time creators, things that suck up way more time than you intended.
Like falling down a news rabbit hole.
Totally. Be a fair weather fan with sports if it consumes too much time. Maybe ditch your TV for a projector to make watching more intentional, less passive.
Interesting idea with the projector.
Yeah, think go a la carte instead of all you can eat with screaming. And the radical one. If you love something, set it free. Temporarily give up something you overdo to reset.
Wow. Like a digital detox for one specific thing.
Kind of. And definitely don't watch the news on TV. It's often repetitive, anxiety-fueling.
And designed to keep you watching through the break.
Exactly. Finally, for laser, they talk about social media.
Yeah.
Control your feeds, be intentional, maybe only use Twitter on your laptop, set time limits, add friction back into the process.
Adding friction. That seems key for breaking automatic habits. Okay, wow, that's a lot under laser. Let's shift to the second pillar, energize.
Right, Energize. This is all about the body-brain connection, how our physical state fuels our mental energy and focus. They use that battery analogy you need to recharge it.
Makes total sense. You can't focus if you're exhausted.
Exactly. And what's great is their advice is practical, sustainable, not like become a marathon runner overnight.
Okay, good. So exercise.
Yeah, but their take is exercise every day, but don't be a hero. Consistency over intensity.
Small, regular bursts.
Precisely. Jake Knapp talks about switching from crazy workouts to just shorter, regular ones and feeling way better. Simple things like pound the pavement, just walk. Or inconvenience yourself, take the stairs, park further away.
Find movement in everyday life.
And if you're really short on time, squeeze in a super short workout, like that 7-minute workout thing. Just do something.
Okay. And food.
Right.
Obviously crucial for energy.
Huge. They advocate eat real food. Simple rule. Maybe think eat like a hunter-gatherer, whole unprocessed stuff.
Less packaged stuff, more real ingredients.
Yeah, and a cool visual. Central park your plate.
Yeah.
Make veggies the biggest part, like the park in the middle of the city.
I like that visual. Central park your plate.
They also mention things like stay hungry, maybe experimenting with skipping a meal sometimes if it works for you, or snack like a toddler.
Snack like a toddler. You mean small, frequent, healthy snacks?
Exactly. And the best one, go on the dark chocolate plan.
Sold. Best tactic so far.
Right. And caffeine, they don't say ban it, but caffeinate strategically. They share Ryan's schedule timing coffee to get the boost without the later crash.
Timing is everything with caffeine.
And getting outside. Go off the grid, nature. Spend time in nature. It clears the head, reduces stress. Jake mentions his dad's daily walks, his own experiences. Just getting outdoors helps.
Definitely feel that. A walk outside can totally reset things. And sleep. Non-negotiable for energy.
Absolutely critical. So tactics like get some sleep, obviously.
Yeah.
But also optimize your bedroom. Make it dark, cool, quiet. Fake the sunset. Dim lights in the evening to signal to your body it's time to wind down.
Like creating artificial dusk?
Yeah. Maybe sneak a nap if you need it. And importantly, don't jet lag yourself on weekends by sleeping in super late. Try to keep a reasonably consistent schedule.
That weekend jet lag is real. Ruins Monday morning.
Doesn't it? And energy isn't just physical, it's social too. Make it personal, face-to-face time with people who energize you.
Connect with the good people.
Yeah. And eat without screens, be present during meals. Maybe schedule a power hour just for connecting with someone.
Mindful eating and connecting. Good stuff.
Also, finding quiet. Keep it quiet. And meditation. Meditate. Just do it. Even using an app for a few minutes can make a difference. Reduce that mental chatter.
Just finding moments of silence.
They also loop back to email. Handle email like a pro, because it can be such an energy drain if you let it.
True. Email fatigue is real.
And I love this one. The magic of the mega break. Taking a real break. Like watch a whole movie, totally disengage, let your brain properly recover.
Not just switching to another slightly less demanding task. A real break.
Exactly. And be a good host. Seek out those energy givers in your life.
Hmm.
Finally, especially for caregivers, put on your own oxygen mask first. You have to take care of yourself to take care of others.
So important. Okay, that covers Energize. Now the third pillar, reflect.
Right, reflect. This is the glue that holds it all together, really. It's about checking in, learning, adjusting, making the system actually work for you long term.
Continuous improvement.
Exactly. They suggest a really simple daily reflection. Ask yourself about your highlight, energy, joy.
Highlight, energy, joy. Okay, bring that down.
Did you make time for your highlight? How are your energy levels today? And what actually brought you joy? Just those three things. It helps you see what's working, what feels good.
Connects the effort to the feeling, the outcome.
And based on that reflection, you tweak tactics. If something isn't working for you, change it or ditch it altogether. It's your system.
Permission to experiment and change things.
Absolutely. And a key reminder, every day is a clean slate. Had an off day, didn't stick to the plan. It's fine. Start fresh tomorrow.
No guilt, just reset.
Exactly. They're very open about their own struggles, how they don't implement it perfectly either. It's meant to be personalized. What works for Jake might not work for JC, might not work for you.
Makes it feel more achievable, less rigid.
Totally. And they suggest just using a simple notes page or whatever tool you like to jot down those reflections. Track what works, what doesn't.
Keep a simple log. Okay, so pulling it all together.
Yeah, the big picture here, the core message of Make Time, is that taking control of your time and attention, it's possible. It's not some impossible dream.
It's an active process.
It's an active process of making intentional choices, using these kinds of tactics, and then consistently reflecting and adjusting.
And it's really about experimenting, isn't it? Finding your own unique blend.
100%. They really encourage you, the listener, to try these things out. See what clicks for your life, your goals, your personality. Build your system. It's a journey.
A personalized journey. I love that. So maybe a final thought for everyone listening, thinking about everything we just covered.
Yeah.
What's maybe one small, tiny change you could make today, like right now, after listening? One small step to start making time for that important someday thing that's been nagging at you.
That's a great challenge. Just one small thing.
Yeah. Just start somewhere, keep exploring these ideas, figure out what works for you, and, start taking back control of that most valuable thing we have, our time.